Do you get pain on the back side of your shoulder that can feel sharp or deep? Hi, I'm Dr. Catherine Price. I'm a physical therapist, and in this video, I'm going to go over trigger point release of the teres minor muscle. So if you're having pain that's localized on the back side of your shoulder and it can feel sharp or deep, you may have trigger points in the teres minor muscle. You do want to be assessed by a physical therapist or your medical doctor to find if these are appropriate exercises and interventions for you. If you have been doing overhead lifting or reach with something that's heavy behind you and upward, you can develop trigger points or injure that teres minor muscle. I want to go over origin, insertion, and how you can address the trigger points in the muscle. So your teres minor is one of the 4 rotator cuff muscles. You want to locate the infraspinatus and the teres major muscle and then find the teres minor. So we'll show you how to do that. It is going to be an external rotator of the shoulder. So when you are rotating your arm out to the side and you're keeping your elbow to your side, you're activating your teres minor muscle. So it's going to be this movement here. And you can see the back side of my shoulder blade. You can see the muscles activate. So we'll differentiate which one is going to be infraspinatus and teres minor and differentiate that from the teres major muscle. So teres minor is going to be on the the 2/3 of the lateral border of your scapula, so the outside of your scapula, and it's going to be a small rotator that's going to then come and attach to the greater tuberosity. So my greater tuberosity, to find that, I'm going to find first the top part of my shoulder, the bony ledge, that's the acromion. I'm going to drop right off of that. If I turn my arm slightly out, it's easier for me to find. So I've got the front and the back side of that acromion, that bony ledge. I'm going to come to the middle part and drop down. And I can feel in the front, that's going to be my lesser tuberosity. Then I'm going to feel a groove. That's the bicipital groove. And then right behind that is my greater tuberosity. And that is going to be where the teres minor muscle is attached. So when you're externally rotating, it is pulling on the greater tuberosity. To locate it, that lateral 2/3 of the border of my scapula, it's going to reside. And if I rotate out to the side, I can see the activation, and it's going to be this muscle right here. If I press in, rotating the shoulder internally, that's my teres major. That's going to be activated below that. And then the spine of the scapula is going to be that bony ridge on the back side. Your infraspinatus is right underneath that. So this external rotator is going to be right in between, right on that outside lateral border of my shoulder blade. The middle of that muscle belly is usually where I'm going to find a trigger point. I'm going to use a single lacrosse ball to release this. To do this, I'm going to keep the elbow by my side and I'm going to put pressure right on that area. You can do this up against the wall. If I can do body weight pressure, that's what I will prefer. So as I'm rotating, I'm going to locate that external rotator and then I'm going to lie onto my side, keeping my elbow to my side. And I'll use a foam roller just to support my head. Once I'm on that lateral border, usually it can be really tender. So I just want to hold the pressure there and see if I can get that trigger point or the tenderness to start to reduce. And you want to take at least 20 seconds. I'll spend a bit longer and I will move just slightly 1 centimeter, 2 centimeters, either down, up, and side to investigate and see if there's any areas around that are also tender as well. So a trigger point is an area in the muscle that is overcontracted and there's spindles all throughout the muscle. And that's going to tell you the length tension adjustment in the muscle, and it has a sensory component. So when you've got overcontraction, that stays activated. So when you're applying pressure, you're resetting those spindles and then releasing the pain by letting the muscle know, okay, you can relax now. So that is how you can release the teres minor. Once I've released it, I can place my arm behind my back and start to work my hand up to stretch that teres minor muscle. I'll hold from anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute. Another way that you can stretch that teres minor is bringing the arm across your body and holding 30 seconds to a minute here. After you have released the trigger point, you can then strengthen the muscle. To do that, I'll keep my elbows to my side and rotate the arms away from my body. I don't want to do this if it's painful. So you want to release and stretch, and only stretch if it's pain-free, but you want to spend time trying to reduce the pain that is coming from a trigger point. If there's a tear in the tendon, then it will not be beneficial to activate the muscle with an active tear. So that's where it's important to know what is going on in the shoulder. Another way you can strengthen by also stabilizing the shoulder blades is to lie on your back and rotate the arms away from your body to activate that teres minor muscle. So those are some ways that you can stretch and strengthen the teres minor. And again, if you're having pain on the back side of the shoulder that feels sharp or deep, and you've got overcontraction in that teres minor, it can be beneficial to go in and release the trigger point in order to have reduction in the shoulder pain. I hope this is of help, and have a blessed day.